last midterm is tomorrow evening, and so obviously, naturally, I am making a video, because what better time to do so? I've also been thinking about making a video sort of every time I come home, and then I never do because I just sit down and eat hummus, and then there's the internet, and then there's studying, and so I get sidetracked. So I commute, which it kind of feels like it's the first time that I've actually commuted, which isn't true because I did commute in high school, but that was a different kind of commuting, I think, because I would often get the bus with people that I knew, whereas now I usually go between school and home on my own. And there's a couple of ways for me to get from school to home and vice versa. I can walk, which takes about 40-45 minutes, or I can take the bus, which takes about half an hour, or I can bike if it's nice, which takes 20 minutes, which is usually what I do when it's not winter. Or I can get the metro and walk, which takes about 35-40 minutes. So all of the options apart from biking take a while. And usually when I've been commuting not on my bike, which has been all of this semester so far, then I'll do something like I'll listen to music, or I'll read a book, or I'll listen to a podcast or something like that. But recently I have been not doing that. I've just been walking or sitting on the bus, and it's been kind of interesting. Last week after my class that ended at 5:30, I took the metro home, and it was a really sort of strange journey because I was very, very peaceful, and the metro was super busy and there were all these people. It wasn't chaotic, like nothing went wrong, but it was just quite busy, and I was sitting there, or standing, I was standing there feeling very relaxed and very happy and very at peace with everyone else who was on the metro. And it was kind of weird, and then I walked back from the metro station and everything was really nice, and it was snowing and pretty, and I've started walking to school a lot more just because it's nice to be outside and I really like walking. And it takes a while, but it's really relaxing. Even when I'm not listening to music or something, the time passes quite quickly. That's something that I've always really enjoyed about traveling, like the actual act of traveling. And I know that I found this when I had time off school and I was traveling, that when you're on the train or the plane or the bus or when you're walking, you can't do anything else. There's no way you can be a productive human being. Well, that's not true. Sometimes when I'm going home for the weekend, then I do study on the bus. But generally, you can't really do anything apart from sit or be in that mode of transport and get to where you're going. And I've always really liked that no man's land because you can't do anything. You're between places. It's such an interesting idea, and it's an interesting space to be in. So although I am really looking forward to being able to get my bike out again, I'm also kind of putting it off because I probably could be biking right now. There's not all that much snow on the streets, it's just quite wet. But I don't really want to because I quite like walking, and I quite like the not having to focus of sitting on the bus. It's peculiar because in January I was very frustrated and didn't enjoy taking the bus at all. That's all I really have to say. I guess I need to study now. That wasn't as long a procrastination as I would have liked. But I only have one midterm left, and hopefully it'll go pretty well. And then I have a week off, and it will be beautiful. And then I have a month and a half with no examinations because all my midterms are done, and it's pretty exciting.